Today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, we check out the all-new Modern Metal expansion pack for EZDrummer 2 from Toontrack. For the last few years, some of my favorite guitar and drum tones and favorite mixes have been from the homie, Will Putney, and he has joined forces with Toontrack to give us the Modern Metal expansion pack for EZDrummer 2. Now, this video is sponsored by Toontrack. It is Metal Month, it is November, and we are gonna get all metal up in here, like in this room. Maybe at your house, but mostly this room. Now, the Modern Metal expansion pack adds 5 kits of Will's favorite drum tones that he captured himself and then made into a nice, convenient package as an EZDrummer 2 expansion pack. And today, we are going to be checking out all of those kits and hearing them in the context of a mix, etc., etc. And speaking of mix, I'm going to go ahead and use the mix, or rather the guitars and bass that I used for his bandmate, Pat Sheridan's signature guitar pickup demo that I recently did. So I'm going to change the drums out of that mix and put in Will Putney's drums. And then we're gonna get all Putney in here. Let's hear a mix. All right, so I am in Logic Pro X, and just briefly, I want to touch on the guitars and the bass as well. The guitar tones are the same and are unchanged from the original demo that I did for Pat's pickups. Isolated, they sound like this. That is my Rev F dual rectifier. For the bass tones, I'm using Toontrack Easy Bass, and oh, you are not supposed to see that, so I'm gonna click off that. That is something that we will talk about in another video. That is not currently out yet at the time of this filming. However, it's a pretty cool expansion pack for Easy Bass. But anyway, by itself, the bass sounds like this. Those 3 parts are what make up the entirety of the mix. So I'm gonna go ahead and collapse the guitars and let's get to the Modern Metal drums. I'm gonna bring it up. This is the kit that I've kind of built around the tone that I wanted. I started with the punchy and balanced kit. Now, you can go to any of these shells and select the kits without changing your mixer settings. So you're just changing out drums and keeping your mixer settings, which I like. So, isolated, here's what I currently have. Sounds huge, it's roomy, I like that. Now, I will note that with the EZDrummer 2, you have a mixer and you have some faders, but you can't control, for example, the amount of bleed to something. You have kind of a global control for overheads and ambience. You have a reverb panel that controls the plate and the room decay for the reverb time, for the reverb, the room verb, and the plate verb, but you can't dive any deeper than that because that's what Superior Drummer 3 is for. So these are raw, unprocessed tones that you get. I'm gonna turn off all of my processing. And this is how the drums sound just Just the drums, the naked drums. Now, one thing I want to note is normally with the drum processing, and normally something that I would do kind of as a given, is I would normally have sends to my shells to go to something like my drum compression, my parallel drum compression bus, and I would have a reverb bus just for my drums to send toms, snare, whatever I want. I am not using that process. I am using all EZDrummer 2 sounds. So in the mixer, I have a plate reverb. Notice I chose to mute the room verb, because I didn't think I needed it. I have a compression bus that I am bussing out, and I have some punch, and I have some distortion, I have some ambience. All of these are outputted to individual tracks down here in Logic. If that makes sense. And that is all I'm using. So now let's get to the actual drum kits. I'm going to leave everything how I have it as a reference point. And right now, let's start off with the regular Big and Beefy kit. And let's see how that sounds. Good. Let's try the dense and deep kit. I like that one. I actually think I might like the toms the best on that kit. Next, let's go to the punchy and balanced. I like that one a lot too. I like the kick drum in this kit. Next, we'll go short and snappy. I like the whole kit overall. The snare is not my style at all. I don't like that. Too high, it's too up here. Lastly, we have the warm and wooden kit. I will go ahead and link to this expansion pack from Will Putney and Toontrack down below in the description. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed the video that you just watched, please consider subscribing. It helps me, help you, and then in turn, you get more stuff to watch. And also, I have all sorts of stuff down in the description of this video. Sweetwater giveaway stuff. There's all sorts of links to all sorts of things. So consider checking that out as well if you're gonna hang. But if you don't hang, all good. I still love you.